Noisy it is in here. Nothing's working. My laptop isn't working. My little microphone isn't working. Having a bit of a mare. So I'm just gonna sit in here in Caffé Nero, waiting for things to get better. If anyone starts watching this, I guess that'll be a better thing than nobody being here. Jesus Christ! I had to get started because it was nearly the afternoon. So. Can't really call it afternoon brew. Don't have the graphics. Trying to find something here so I can go on the internet. So internet not working on anything. What time do you call this? Says Nick and Dick. I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Is it 11:55? See, it's still morning of Morning Brew, so that's good. Kind of, I think. I don't know. Why has it gone so dark? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I'm in Manchester, and it's not raining, which is amazing. Nick and Dick. Much love from Cymru. Hello, Cymru. Thank you very much for that. Just seeing if I can get my other phone up and running. Oh, great, it's running out of batteries. It's got battery saver turned on. That's not great, is it? It's not optimal. Now, it has no SIM card in, so I'm going to have to make a hotspot. So my laptop, just so you know what happened, couldn't find the cafe that wasn't playing music, like, noticeably. This place is, but I think that is drowned out a bit by all the chit-chatter in the background. Went to about 7 or 8 different places around Oxford Road Station, yeah, ended up here in Caffé Nero. Got me coffee, reusable cup. And Sarah says, "Hi Graham, everything that can go wrong will go wrong." Yes, I know, sod's law, innit? Sod's law. Yeah, it wouldn't let me sign into the free, the Nero free internet, and it wouldn't. My laptop wouldn't sign up to my phone on a hotspot. So don't know what the hell was going on there. Okay, so this doesn't have any of my passwords in it. Let me see if I can find a different internet. Yeah, my phone. How about that one? Connected, done. Does that mean that I now have access to the internet? Sorry mate, I tune in when I can. Yeah, that's like me, isn't it? So, good morning. I want to say good morning. Hello to everyone in the chat. It doesn't make any difference whether you're subscribed or not today, because I'm streaming off my phone. And while I am doing that, I'm going to just quickly. I've done no prep. This is awful. This is like so unprofessional of me to not have everything ready. To be honest with you, I was going to start this at 12 because I knew there'd probably be some faffing around trying to find somewhere, and then of course the internet wouldn't work. But then I thought I couldn't call it Morning Brew if I started in the afternoon. Good afternoon, Graham. We're not quite there yet. It's 11:58. Hold your horses. What's going on? We've got flu cases going up. So I've got a different phone here, and it works differently to my normal phone. So give me a moment. So the big news over the night time was that America has seized a tanker off the coast of Venezuela, and normally that's pretty bad, isn't it? Like under normal circumstances. But Trump being Trump, he had to go on about the size of the tanker that's been taken, the biggest tanker that's ever been taken by anyone ever. And I'm like, I'm sure there's some Somali pirates sitting there, you know, off the coast of Mogadishu going, "Hey mate, if you think that's big." Almost afternoon brew. Oh, thank you so much, Paul. Paul has just dropped a £2 super chat in the fund. Thank you. On the plus, Farage has said he won't be wearing a mask. Yay. That and his chain smoking. Yeah, so deadliest flu pandemic of the last few years. There are enough flu patients now to fill more than 3 whole hospital trusts. You can get your flu jab at Boots for like 20 quid. Go and get it. I don't care. Don't believe the bullshit that the bullshit merchants are selling you. It's better to be alive and be right than it is to be dead and be wrong. All right. That's all I've got to say. Cymru, thank you very much. Have a brew on Cymru. Wang Hao, I've probably said that one. Enjoy, thank you. Barida. Martin Harrow, only just got the notification. Yeah, Martin, sorry, I only just started. Don't worry about it. I was on the other stream. If someone could go over to the other stream and say, hey guys, if you want to go over, if you want to go into where Graham actually is, he's on his phone. So yeah, weird timing with this. So there's been these attacks against Venezuelan boats, like speedboats, and one boat from Trinidad, and now they've taken a tanker, which, I mean, it might be being used to smuggle drugs, but it seems like a bit of an odd thing to use to smuggle drugs. And I'll tell you why. Thank you very much, Nick and Diff, for the £2 super chat. Towards some coffee. Oh, thank you. It's £4.40 for a coffee in this bloody Caffé Nero, so I need everything I can get. So let's just talk about one of my favourite topics. Logistics. Let's just talk about logistics, right? So are they just taking are they just taking the ship? Sorry, I'm getting dark here. I'll go for a little bit. Lighten myself up. Are they just taking the ship? Is that the plan, right? They're just taking the ship, right? Because it's got oil in it. Or are they claiming that it's got drugs on it? Because if they're claiming it's got drugs in it, I've got some questions. First of all, why the fuck would you put drugs in an oil tanker? Like, first of all, the drugs are going to get, covered in oil? Secondly, I don't think they know how oil containers work, right? So, if you've got a cargo container, that's all the cargo containers, right? And they have a 20 foot or 40 foot. It's universal around the world, it's the size of them. And they have to put them in certain places around the ship to make sure the ship doesn't list too far over one way or the other, right? With what they call break bulk contents, which is essentially, imagine you've got the ship, right, and then you've got the bridge at the back, and then you've got the big deck out the front, right? And what they have on break bulk ships, like cargo ships, is they have like two doors that open up like this, and then in there is a big area that you can fill up with corn or flour or whatever commodity it is that you're dumping in there, and it's watertight, and when it goes out, out into the sea, you don't get all seawater in your corn or in your rice or whatever it is, or your sugar, right? With a tanker, it's even like, but when you get to the port, they open up like an opening at one side, so it gets dumped in the top, right? So imagine like a conveyor belt. It's not quite a conveyor belt, it's like a blower, but it picks it up, dumps it in the top of it, and then there's a hatch that you open somewhere, below the deck line, and all the whatever it is will pour out of there onto the container that's waiting for it to be picked up or whatever. So it's all set up like that. With oil tankers though, right? I mean, how do you? Sorry, I might be completely wrong, because they might not be thinking that there's drugs on board. They might just be taking it for the oil, which is a weird thing to do. But if they're going to claim that there's drugs on this boat and that's why they've got to stop it, like, wouldn't you use a container ship? Like, is this a break bulk cargo ship with just loads of cocaine in it? Have they filled up a whole cargo hold on a ship with cocaine? Because that makes no sense to me. I don't know. Lost Missionary. But even if it's not a break bulk ship though, it's an oil ship. It's designed for shipping oil, and it's not like the clean oil that you put, not clean oil that you put in your petrol in your car. Sorry, it's not petrol. It's dirty. It's bunker oil because it needs to be refined wherever it goes. It's just pure dirty oil out the ground. That they put I don't know. Thanks very much to Lost Missionary for the £1 super chat. I don't know why I can't love it, but I'm not allowed to love that today. Sid said it was only waffles, but they were just bringing waffles. You're talking ballast, Graham? Yes. The guy in charge, or the person in charge of the cargo, is called the supercargo. It's called the supercargo. And if you are a passenger on board, you're an extra person, you're called the supernumerary. So there's a supernumerary on a lot of ships. And sometimes I've got to meet the supercargo, whose job it is Graham, are you reversed? Yes. Although, because this espresso on here, see it says espresso, that's reversed because that's for the outside people, but it looks like it's the right way around for me. So it's like my super chat board from Ginger Island. So it's because it's on the phone camera. Yes, I am. Self-sealed bags within the oil weighted so they stay at the bottom. Oh, okay, Captain Coconut. Yeah, all right, I'll take it. Thank you for explaining that to me because I just couldn't get it. I was just thinking, like, where does the drugs go? Because they couldn't put it where the oil goes. And yeah, plastic bags in the oil. Okay, fair enough. Apparently, there's a diplomatic meeting happening in Dam Square. Cool. Graham's late because he's busy deleting the last 5 years of posts so his next US visa doesn't get ejected. I've got another 9 years on my US visa, so I should technically be okay. But they were a bit funny when I went to America last year, because they were a bit like, why did you need a visa? And I'm like, well, because I've been to some dodgy places. But the reason I'm on my way to Liverpool, I've just stopped in Manchester to do this show, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do it in the morning. I'm going to Liverpool because it's my dad's birthday today, and he's going to be 89 years old. And although he's got advanced dementia, he can't speak and he can't move around by himself. I still want to spend the day with him, so I've come from Durham, spend the day at my dad's, and then I'm going back tomorrow to Durham. So yeah, so sorry about the disruption, but that's the reason why. And this says happy birthday, Mr. Hughes. Yeah, I made him a little card. There you go. That's it. Happy 89th birthday, Dad. Oh, it's backwards. But that's him in an E-type, and then I put Lake Idwal in the background in Snowdonia. Because that's his favourite place. That wasn't actually where the picture that shot was taken, but there you go. In an E-type, in Wales, in his happy place. But yeah, he's been in bed for the last 5 years. He's like the grandparents from Willy Wonka, except I think that I forgot a ticket for the chocolate factory. I don't think he'd just like leap out of bed and start dancing around like Grandpa Joe, the twat. Have you noticed that? Like he's in bed going, oh, I'm too old to work. Oh, everyone needs to look after me. And as soon as he's got the opportunity to go and eat some fucking chocolates, he's up there and dancing, going, hey, come on, Charlie, let's go. Yeah. Durham, how awful, it's Brexit land up there, isn't it? Says Mark. Well, City of Durham voted to remain. City of Durham constituency in which I live, I don't live far from the city centre. It's only a small city. It's only got one road. Probably the only road. Our MP is Labour MP. Our regional mayor of the northeast is Kim McGuinness, who's Labour as well. So there are like pockets of Labour resistance. But our council flipped to refuck in the last local elections, and they're shit. They put this guy in charge called Andrew Husband, and his last company went bum, owing the taxman and his creditors £1 million. £1 million, and they put him in charge of a council. Bondi said the ship, this is from SG, thank you very much for the super chat, SG, that's very kind of you. Bondi said the ship was used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran, so I'm assuming US will be seizing Russian oil tankers next. Yes. Happy birthday to Graham's dad. Oh, thank you so much, SG, that is so kind of you. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, there's a good graphic showing all the towns and cities that voted to remain, loads of them. Liverpool did. In fact, Liverpool Riverside voted to remain by one of the biggest margins in the country. 70%. I don't know if it was 70%, so someone going to go online now and go, well, actually, Liverpool Riverside is only 69.4%, Graham. But yeah, it was pretty high. I hope it wasn't 51%, because then we look like a dickhead. It wasn't high at all, Graham. It was only just, but yeah, most cities voted to remain. And Liverpool in particular, we got 1.9 billion with a B from the Objective One funding from the European Union. It's amazing. That was me, that, says Martin Heller. Well done, Martin. Good lad, getting that 1.9 billion for good people of Liverpool. So yeah, today we're going to talk a little bit about that and the upcoming flu pandemic that looks like it's going to be pretty nasty this winter. So make sure that you get vaccinated. Make sure your loved ones get vaccinated. Better to be vaccinated and right. And I'm just trying to see what else is going on. Sorry, I normally do a bit of bloody research, which I was going to do sitting in a cafe, but instead I just wandered around trying to, because when you go, oh, this is nice, I'll go in here, and you go in, it's lovely, and the lighting's nice, and there's not too many people. But then you sit down, and you're like, music's too loud, and then you got to go to the next place, and the next place, and the next place. It's kind of annoying, especially the whole recorded music thing on YouTube. The real arsey about it. Then again, if this video gets demonetized because of music it picks up, then it's not going to be the end of the world, is it? Because I kind of rely on super chats more than advertising. Oh, what is this shit? Choose your advertising preferences. I don't want to. Right. So where are we going? We got the. Oh, so this is interesting. The woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize, the woman from Venezuela, she actually, Maria Machado, she actually went to Oslo to pick up the prize, which no one was expecting. They were expecting her daughter to pick it up on her behalf, but apparently she's actually gone. And this is a really uncomfortable position to be in, right? I've got Venezuelan friends who absolutely hate Maduro. Loads of refugees have come from Venezuela over the last 10 years. Like, they're flooded into Colombia, into Brazil, into Panama. And what's happened in those countries is it's allowed the right wing to sort of do quite well in those countries to some extent, and also whether the right wing have got in or not, they've made it more difficult for people to cross the border. They've made it more difficult to stay in the country. So when I lived in Panama, for instance, you could quite easily stay there for 6 months on your passport stamp. Didn't need a visa, passport stamp. And Graham, did I get a discount? No, I don't think I did. I thought to use my own cup. I don't think I did. It was £4.40 for this. Fucking latte. For a latte. And they put too much hazelnut syrup in it. It's too much. I'm going to ask them to take it out. You can take out some of that hazelnut syrup. Can't wait to see who wins the FIFA Peace Prize, Prince Boris or perhaps or Vladimir Putin. One of the two. One of the two, certainly. So yeah, what was I talking about? I was just talking a load of bollocks. Discount, war prize. I can't hear anything that sounds like music. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping. But I do get the feeling that Trump's attack on Venezuela is all to do with him missing out on that peace prize. What he really wanted, instead of the joke one. Still can't get over the fact that the FIFA World Cup next year, they're having half time. So at like 22 minutes and 67 minutes, they're going to stop. They're going to stop the match so the Americans can have advertising. BBC are just going to be sitting there for 3 minutes going, well, everyone's having a hydration break, which they didn't have in Qatar in the desert a few years ago. Anyway, but half time, what a load of bollocks, yeah. But so Maduro is the continuation of Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez was a horrible dictator. But when I was in Venezuela in 2009, it was half and half. Like, half the people you spoke to thought he was great, half the people absolutely loathed him. But there's no doubt about the fact that they have made it so there can't be any opposition in Venezuela. And they've locked up people, they've cheated in elections, and they've done some really shitty things. Like last year, they had this referendum in Venezuela to invade their neighbour Guyana and steal all their oil. It's like, do you want to steal the oil from next door? And they're like, yeah, sure. Fuck yeah, I'm up for that. So I'd like Maduro gone. They can't get much commodities into the country now. Various reasons for this. I mean, the Americans don't like them, so that's one. But also, Maduro has been quite antagonistic towards all of his neighbours as well. And pulled them out of Mercosur, pulled them out of... Sound familiar? He pulled them out of the trade bloc that they were in, that they were doing quite well out of. And they call it the Maduro Diet, which is when people lose weight because they can't get food in Venezuela. So what happens a lot, refugees or workers leave Venezuela and they go to neighboring countries. They go as Colombia, they go to Panama, all the way up to Mexico. Some will go to America, and they will send remittances back to their family in Venezuela to keep them going. But one of the big problems is that a lot of Venezuelans have been pushed into crime as a result of just having to hang out with criminals in order to get them across borders through the Darien Gap in between Colombia and Panama, which is a really deadly bit of jungle, which is controlled by drug gangs. It's really unpleasant, because of the criminality involved. It's a bit like the people smugglers getting people across in small boats across the channel. They only exist because the opportunity exists. You take the opportunity away from them, you say, right, no one's coming over in a boat, because if you do, we're taking you back to France, because we've got to deal with France now, because we've rejoined the Dublin Agreement, because we've got this new system where you can apply from the processing centre we've set up in Calais. Apply from there and you can come. If you try and come over in a boat, it's going to be an automatic no-no. If you come over in a boat, we're going to take your fingerprints, we're going to send you back, and now you can't apply. That's the way I'll do it. Have you seen the designated World Cup Pride match, which will feature two countries where homosexuality is illegal? Yeah, Iran and Egypt. Two countries where there's a lot of homosexuality, I've got to say, as someone who's been to Egypt quite a few times. But it's illegal. This is a country where it's frowned upon to hold hands with your wife. So, I mean, Iran is even worse in that, Iranians are the loveliest people you'll ever meet, and they're absolutely beautiful as well. But the government's fucking awful, and they still kill people. The government still murders people for being gay, and they're playing this pride match. Honestly, it's not going to happen. Like, I don't think it's going to happen, because I might be being a bit naive here by saying it won't happen. But I think that they're just not going to play the match. I think they're going to refuse. Which is sad. Maybe get two teams. Maybe get like the Netherlands and Spain that don't have a problem with it, and say that's going to be the LGBT Q plus match. I know an Iranian woman on Facebook. She's gorgeous. I know. It goes towards my theory. The best looking people are not necessarily, the ginger motherfuckers like me, but other people who are like a mix of different people from around the world. And Iran, famously, the crossroads of Europe, Asia and Africa. Everyone had to travel through Iran. It's from sea to sea. If you want to get along the Silk Road, you want to get to China, you want to get to India overland, you've got to go through Iran. Simple as that. Where in the world is Graham? Looks cosy wherever we are. We're in Caffé Nero on Oxford Road in Manchester. My old alma mater, mater potato. Used to go to uni in Manchester. I was a few years after Phil. Phil did physics here. I did history and politics. And it rained every day. It's not raining today. I don't understand. Someone must have had words with the weatherman. Apparently it's going to rain tomorrow. just to make things right. It was raining yesterday. It'll rain tomorrow. We have got a bit of actual blue sky here at the moment, which is nice. It's quite noisy in here. There's a big queue for coffee. It's coming up to lunchtime, so I guess everyone's like, I used to love Nero's hot chocolates. Yeah, they are pretty good. I'm at uni next door, but not today. Is that Salford next door? Is that... Could be Liverpool. You're exactly 3 miles from me, Graham. Oh, well, Amy, hello. I've got to go at 12:30. Sorry, it's a short show today. A short show. It's just that I've got to get to Liverpool, so I've got to get a train ticket and walk down to the station. I think it's 10 to that it's going at. On a different note, what does everyone think about the individual pricing policies being touted by corporations at the moment, using the data they have to extract max money? I think that's really scummy, and it should be made illegal, quite frankly. But what I was thinking about today, while I was on the train, while I was on the Trans-Pennine Express, which is always freaking late, it once came into Liverpool, and everyone in my carriage cheered because it got in a couple of minutes earlier than we were expecting. It was like 2 minutes earlier, and the guy on the tannoy was so excited. He went, "You're not going to believe this, lads, but we are 2 minutes early," and everyone just cheered because we couldn't believe it. It's like a plane's just landed in turbulence or something. Couldn't believe it. Anyway, I'll look up what train to get on my Trainline app, right? Because that's the easiest app to use. And then, depending on if I'm going to London, it's an LNER train, or I'm coming to Manchester, it's cross country, or Northern, or Trans-Pennine Express. They all go on the same train lines from Durham, right? All on the same line. And on which company it is, I buy the ticket from them direct using another app, because then I have to pay the booking fee, which is like £2 or something, right? I counted them. I've got 8 train apps on my phone. 8 apps for fucking trains. Like what? Why? What is even happening here? Which is just bonkers. So I'm looking forward to Great British Rail, because it means there'll only be one. And another thing that was pointed out by the Transport Secretary yesterday is a lot of time and money and expense is taken up with train companies suing each other, well, not suing each other, claiming off each other. So for instance, there's only one train line coming in and out of Durham Station, say, right, each way. And if there's a train stuck at the station, and it's a LNER train, and there's a Trans-Pennine Express train behind it which gets held up, and then they have to do delay repay to all of its passengers because they're over half an hour late getting into Liverpool at the end of the line, they send that cost on to LNER for the train being in the way. But then LNER say, no, the train was only there because of one of your trains doing X, Y, Z. And the other thing they do is they claim from Network Rail if there's like leaves on the track, and they're like, oh, we couldn't do the journey because the leaves on the track, and it's all Network Rail's fault, so we're going to get compensation from Network Rail, and we pay for that. That's the bit we pay for as taxpayers, because that's publicly owned. So the unprofitable maintenance bit of the whole system is us, and then the profitable bit, well. So I'm really looking forward to the train franchise coming on, under nationalisation. And there's one decent thing Labour's done while it's been in power. You know, you got to really look for it, but renationalising the train. The train fares have been frozen this year. I hope they're going to be frozen in 2027 as well. And then I'm hoping that the train fares are going to come down, because the wrong kinds of leaves, yeah, Nick says, the wrong kind of leaves on the track. But yeah, being able to set up the trains with leaf blowers at the front of them, so that the Network Rail don't have to do so much, so they can work together with trains that are operating on the tracks to also get rid of the leaves. Where Leaves was saying with regards to petrol comparisons that it may save people up to £40 a year on petrol, such savings. Now nationalise the energy companies and the water, pay them in gilt. Yeah, I just don't pay them. Look, I really resent having to pay the water companies who have just filled our rivers and lakes with shit all over our beaches. I don't think there's a single beach now in the UK that's not that's sewage free, you know, covered in poo. Well, the renters reform starting in May 2026 are quite nice too. Yeah, true. And also the workers' rights coming in are going to be great. I couldn't believe the way they were being covered in the newspapers. Now this is a bit annoying because I want to show you the newspaper front pages before I go. But I can't, can I? Because I'm not using my laptop, and if I do go on here, let's have a look at tomorrow's papers. If I go on my phone, my other phone, you'll be able to see. It'll be backwards. So it's backwards for you, isn't it? Yeah. Backwards headlines with grey views. Look, Daily Mail, it's backwards. But I just want to tell you some of the shit that's in the newspapers. Okay, so The UK is to turn back the clock on Brexit and rejoin EU student exchange scheme from January 2027. What are you even talking about? How is this going back on Brexit? Brexit was leaving the EU. You didn't have to leave Erasmus. There are countries that are part of Erasmus that are not part of the EU. Okay, so that's bollocks. That's how it's reported. And then there's a Daily Mail article equating using puberty blockers to chemical castration. That's what it says on the front cover. I know it's backwards, but that's what it says on the front cover of the Daily Mail today. Stop Labour's grotesque puberty drug experiment on children. It's not an experiment. The trials, they are trials of a thing that works, that we use on cisgender children all the time, who have entered what they call precocious puberty, when they enter puberty at like 8 years old, and they're like, oh sorry, you're a bit too young for this. They give them puberty blockers until they're 11 or 12, and then they take the blockers away, and then the kids enter puberty. But according to the Daily Mail, they're equating using a medicine that is proven to have been used in all these different countries on all these different children all over the world without any problems. They're calling it chemical castration. The Times, owned by Rupert Murdoch, is reporting that net zero plans to cost households £500 a year, which is again is bollocks. We can't continue burning oil at the rate that we're. How much is the flooding going to cost in Lincolnshire? How much is it going to cost when half of Norfolk goes under fucking water? How much is it going to cost when Canary Wharf is like you've got to take a fucking gondola to get from one bloody building to the next? How much is that going to cost? And then once we have energy self-sufficiency, we're not tied to the price of fucking gas. So our energy price, unbelievable. Not all Brits are nasty, says Irish Monk. That's true. Some of us are all right. But thanks very much for the €2 super chat. That is very kind of you. The next is revealed Britain's racist system of stripping citizenship. Damning report shows more than 200 Britons had their citizenship revoked in 2010, compared to just a handful of France. In a two-tier practice that leaves people of colour, I don't like that expression, I'll say black people and brown people, or Asian people and African people, or people of African or Asian descent. I know it takes longer to say, but people of colour, it's saying that the default's white when it's not. So, I don't like it. I know people use it, and if you use it yourself, I'm not going to fall out with you over this one, but I just don't like using it myself. I try not to use it at all. But anyway, people of African and Asian descent are 12 times more likely to lose their status or be trapped in foreign camps. So we can take citizenship off people if they have two passports. And our government has used this time and time again to, FFS, the default is black. That's why I don't like the expression. You can't use the word to say someone is coloured. That's offensive. I get that. Like, of course that. So why is the people of colour offensive? It's just the same word. It's just another way round. Daily Mail is always backwards anyway. Anyway, says Ms. Paula Thomas. Yeah, so when I show it to you on the screen, it should be the right way around. And then we've got Labour's housing pledge. £3.5 billion war on homelessness. This is the Labour government wanting to cut the number of people sleeping rough in half, and they have a vow to end hell of families stuck in B&Ps, which is a Tory policy we all hated. And then there's a story about Thingy Littler, the darts player on front cover of the Star. I don't know. And this is wonderful from the the Express. It's they cannot be trusted with Brexit. That's what it says. I know it's backwards. Sorry. Because the Prime Minister talking about having a closer relationship with these rich people who live nearby. Yeah, I mean, I'm on it. I'm on the time. Don't worry about it. Guardian says visitors to US could have to reveal 5 years of social media activity. We talked about that earlier. That's me fucked. Hong Kong exiles hit by explicit fake letters. Attempt to halt doctor strikes with better offer. And the sad news that Sophie Kinsella has passed away at the age of only about 55, I think. She was the woman who wrote the Shopaholic books, which my partner particularly liked. So that's quite sad. And then there's a story in the Financial Times I'm going to leave you with. The Federal Reserve in America has cut rates to lowest in 3 years as weak jobs market eclipses inflation. It's the third reduction in a row. Powell says the decision was a close call, and setters are seeing downside risk for Labour. That's a small L in America. And meanwhile, German bank made largest illegal UK political gift with a gift. This is a German bank giving a gift to the Conservative Party of £300,000. The largest illegal UK political gift from a foreign bank. Cool. Off-piece, Graham is looking great in the light there, not that he doesn't look lovely. Oh, thank you very much, Lost Missionary. I tried to get myself by a window. I was in another place, right, and the sound wasn't too bad, like the music wasn't too loud, but it was dead dark. It was a cafe, what is it called, Starbucks over the road, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like the light in here. But thank you. I do need a shave though. I'm going to have a shave later, so I might not look like the same person in a few moments tomorrow. So I'm going to go now. Listen, I might do a show tonight at my mum's. I might. I'm not guaranteeing it. So do us a favour, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell notification icon, because if I do a show tonight, it'll probably be about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. And might do an episode of Swear Jar with Wayne, so look out, we might do that. But first I need to get my computer working. Tomorrow, definitely, Morning Brew, 9 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock we'll be doing the agenda with me and Phil Morehouse, and then I'm going to be legging it back to Durham, and then I'll be having some dinner, and then I'll be doing the Friday night social. So yeah, whew. It's a quick week, isn't it? It's really building up to Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't bring the advent calendar with me, but just think full old Hans Gruber's hanging there in midair, ready to crash to the ground outside the Nakatami Plaza. And the last super chat of the morning, thank you very much to George only, now it's the afternoon, that German EU bank must be pro-Brexit, then probably got a lot of friends. Deutsche Bank gave loads of didn't they give loads of money to Donald Trump? Loads of loans. Probably one of them. Anyway, listen, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. You have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you tonight, but if not, I'll definitely see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Until then, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.